This is every home handyman's dream workshop. And right at the center is a powerhouse of INCA equipment that's precision made in Switzerland to make every woodworker's dream come true. Jeff is an expert woodworker and a man who knows how to get the best from power tools. This is the INCA bandsaw. It will perform all the normal shaping work, cut veneers, and will also rip large pieces of wood into more usable sizes. The maximum depth it will handle is 14 centimeters, while the length is limited only by ease of handling. Set the upper guide about 6 millimeters above the timber. Then set the fence to give the desired width of cut. In non-metricated countries, of course, machines are available calibrated in imperial measurements. Now that the wood's been roughly sized, let's move to the planer and thicknesser. The first step is to adjust the table. Normally you should take off 2,5 millimeters at a time in softwoods and 1,5 millimeters at a time in hardwoods. And always remember safety precautions. Keep both hands on top of the wood and don't palm or thumb. Once the wood has been surfaced on the planer, you can use this thicknesser to take it down to the required dimensions. But remember that the wood must be surfaced first, as the thicknesser will follow any inequalities. This is the finished result, and the micrometer gauge shows what we mean by INCA Swiss precision. As you can see, although the INCA is a craftsman's tool, there's nothing fragile about it. It's rugged and designed for years of trouble-free operation, which in turn means fewer complaints and less after-sales service required from the dealer. The planer can be used to cut bevels, and also to shape a tapered leg quickly and accurately, simply by adjusting the start of the cut. And now we come to the planer's next-door neighbor and real workhorse, the circular saw. This machine has an 18-centimeter blade driven by a 0.75 kilowatt motor, more than enough for the sort of work undertaken by the home craftsman. As a general guide, the saw blade should project about 3 millimeters higher than the timber. The maximum thickness that can be handled is 5 centimeters. And that's the result. Now, how about a miter joint? Simply set the miter gauge to 45 degrees. Run the wood through. And there's your joint. Just look at that for INCA accuracy. Another difficult task simplified, cutting bevels. And for fast, accurate grooving and rebating, these wobble washers are the key to the INCA system. To fit them, remove the cover plate, and remember, the riving knife comes off for this operation. Then lock the arbor, remove the side plate, put both wobble washers on the drive shaft, and replace the cutting blade. Rotate the wobble washers to select the width of cut required. and then lock everything up tight. Thanks to the wobble system, the width of cut can be varied up to a maximum of 12 millimeters. Here, for instance, the wobble is being used to cut a groove. The wobble blade also makes short work of the box comb joint. Remember to slide the miter gauge forward to make sure it won't strike the saw blade. Adjust the blade to give the desired depth of cut and scribe a line on the timber to stop ragging. Then make the first cut. Take the other half of the joint, align them in this way, and then complete the joint. And there's the finished job. This INCA attachment is a real time saver once the initial setting up has been done. Now for another repetition job, making mortise and tenon joints. First, let's tackle the tenon. The wobble washers are fitted, so the next step is to remove the miter gauge and fit the tenoning attachment. Set up the timber. It's essential to make sure that the wood is set at exactly 90 degrees. Throughout mortise and tenon work, accuracy in marking the timber is vital. Lock up the stocks and then feed the wood through. Repeat on the other side. And now for the mortise joint. First, put the safety cover in position. Then fit the cutters, and cutters are available in sizes ranging from 6 to 9 millimeters in width. Lock the timber in position, and then adjust the various height, depth, and traverse stops. Then simply feed the timber through and one last cut to clean the mortise up. Once the initial setting up has been done, it's simply a matter of feeding the next piece of timber through. And there's the finished product. Again, notice the accuracy with which it fits together. Another very useful attachment is the molder, which is available with a wide variety of blades. Once again, lock the arbor, take off the saw blades, and fit the molding head. Note that it requires a special wide aperture cover. Then adjust the table so that the blades project no more than 6 millimeters. Now, the molder can be one of the most dangerous tools in the workshop, so it's essential that this protective device be fitted. Once it's in position, the molding head has been rendered very safe. Once the adjustments are complete, switch on and feed the wood in. The protecting device holds the wood so firmly you can feed the wood halfway through, let go, walk around the machine, and then pull it through from the other side. And that's the finished product. You can use this head to produce a wide range of attractive mouldings and flutings. Now back to the bandsaw for some fancy work, but first take a look inside. Note the rugged INCA construction and the many strengthening webs. These guides behind the cutting teeth can be adjusted for maximum performance. To change the blade, simply slacken off here and remove. Then retighten, take tension from the gauge. Now for the fancy work on this Queen Anne leg. Once it's cut, back to the circular saw where a drum sander has been fitted in place of the mortise attachment. This sander is ideal for working inside tight curves. For outside curves, you can use the disc sander. And for large flat areas, there's a flexible drive to this belt sander. This is the Major, the heavy-duty machine in the INCA line with a 25-centimeter blade and a 1-kilowatt motor. It's ideal for the craftsman who requires a machine with a greater capacity, or for the man with a small business who requires larger woodworking machinery. In the same line, there's the automatic heavy-duty thicknesser, which has automatic feeds and can handle timber up to 26 centimeters wide and 16,5 centimeters thick. Well, that's a quick demonstration of just some of the jobs you'll be able to tackle with the versatile INCA equipment. And here's an extra bonus, an easy-to-assemble mounting kit for your INCA machinery. We now show briefly how the semi-knockdown stands are quickly and easily assembled. This knockdown kit contains all the components of a sturdy workbench used for an INCA machine. It comes in various specifications to suit all INCA machines. All the components are pre-cut for easy assembly. Simply glue and then clamp the legs and bracing members in place, allow to dry, and then set the tabletop. Mark out the mounting bolt holes to suit whatever machine is to be used, fit it in place, and action. As you can see, the Swiss designers have gone to a lot of trouble with these precision woodworking machines. They're reliable, rugged, and made to last. They're also available at prices that are very good value for money. The only question now is, can you afford not to have INCA equipment?